Kusuyo Chugana Minasai. Welcome back to our second part of the Jikoen Bon Oyo. My name is Keith Oshiro, and I am here along with Jikoen President Doris Oshiro.
Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you're enjoying our Jikoen style Obon story, and I hope you're dancing to the Okinawan dance music that's on the videos. Keith, have you seen the Tinsagunu Hana video that was a collaboration done by our younger generation?
No, I haven't.
Well, you're in for a treat. The Tinsagunu Hana video is a collaboration which was produced by Shelby Oshiro, Travis Oshiro, and Chantel Ikehara. They asked all of the different senseis and dance schools, sanshin schools to participate, and you'll find that it includes many of our community leaders, and it even includes Reverend Nishiyama.
Oh, great!
Please enjoy this video.
Tinsagunu Hana ya Jimisachi ni sumite Oya no yoshigoto ya Shimu ni sumiri Oya no yoshigoto ya Shimu ni
Tinsagunu Hana, Doris, is a children's song, and it teaches children to listen carefully to their elders, especially what their parents teach them. Tinsagu is, in Japanese, it's called hosenka. And what they would do is they get this flower, they mash it up, put the petals on their fingertips, and they use that in place of nail polish. And so what this song says is, just as these petals, these Tinsagu no Hana petals, dye your fingernails, so let the teachings of your parents and your elders dye your heart. So soak into your heart as well.
That's a wonderful meaning. Thank you for sharing with us. The preparation that goes into setting up the Jikoen Bon dance takes many, many volunteers, and without their help, we would not be able to put on this fun and exciting experience. Challenging is getting the volunteers to come and help us. We do need a lot of manpower. We don't only prep the week before. Planning is done as soon as our Bon dance is done the previous year, and we start planning at that time.
So where do you get your volunteers?
We have our temple members and their extended ohana. We also have other affiliates that support Jikoen, like the Young Okinawans. We have the Ukwanchin Kabudan. We have other Okinawan association groups that are willing to always support Jikoen because we are an Okinawan based temple.
In the back of you is our Jikoen Yagura, and you are known as the Yagura man. So can you explain to us what makes this different from all other Yaguras in Hawaii?
Well, it comes fully assembled, actually, but in a fold-up situation. It's fold into each other, and it's operated by hydraulic. Actually, it's electric over hydraulics. Yeah, electric power operate a pump motor, which is hydraulic, feed the server, and the server pin the slave cylinder located in each corner of the elevator. I mean, not elevator, but I mean Yagura. Yeah. Controller here. So he's the basic of the whole thing. He's control the whole Yagura. Yeah.
So how heavy is this thing?
Actually, believe it or not, it's 11,000 pounds.
And how do you move it?
A truck driver. He has his own business. He comes here every year, tow it from where it parks, and tow it to where the location where the Bon dance is. Then he comes back again next week later and bring them back.
Our next dance that we'll be performing is Tenyo Bushi. This is one of two dances that you will see at Okinawan Obon dances where they use red and white flags. These flags are called zei, and originally these were flags that the commanders had when they went to war. However, in most Okinawan dances that I've seen so far, these flags are a symbol of peace and happiness.
All right, next we're presenting Tenyo Bushi, and this is of course very much associated with the Eisa and Okinawa as well. The melody is actually a lot of times used for telling stories and things like that. You hear this melody a lot in Okinawan plays like Shibai and things like that. But what's interesting about this dance is, of course, we use the flags, and we call that zei. And it's an important dance implement. Originally, it was actually used in battle by the generals, and so they used those to signal formations and send signals to the troops. And so, in Okinawan culture, a lot of things that were once used in battle, we feel that the power, or sort of almost like the mana of those implements, the energy that's been used to war in times of peace is used to perpetuate peace and bring prosperity and happiness. And so, of course, the red and white signifies celebration and happiness. And so these are the flags that are being used for this song. And actually, this is a good example of the poetry is actually taken from all different types of, there's different types of songs and different poems that this song includes. So not necessarily expressive of the choreography there, so which is very typical in Okinawan Eisa songs. So we'd like to present Tenyo Bushi.
introduces many of us to the programs that Jikoen has to offer. We invite viewers to check this out. It includes the Buddhist Women's Association, which is one of the most important programs in sustaining Jikoen.
One of our backbone organizations.
Yes, thank you. Without these wonderful women, we wouldn't be able to keep Jikoen alive. The other one is our Lumbini Preschool. We have over 60 students enrolled. Many of you out there don't realize that we do have a preschool for 2, 3, and 4-year-olds. And we also have a Dharma school, formerly what we refer to as our young children's Sunday school that is offered after services on Sundays. Please enjoy the next video.
The Jikoen Buddhist Women's Association is an organization whose members seek to live lives of kindness and appreciation of the preciousness of human existence. Members are involved in leadership and service to the temple, service to the community, and the enjoyment of fellowship with one another. The Buddhist women have been the heart and backbone of Jikoen from its earliest days. Lumbini Preschool is named after the garden where the baby Buddha was born over 2,500 years ago. It is believed that in Lumbini Garden, in what is now Nepal, Queen Maya gave birth to Siddhartha, who eventually became the Buddha, the awakened one. In the spirit of the original Lumbini Garden, Jikoen's Lumbini Preschool provides a safe and nurturing place where children can learn to love and be loved and prepare themselves to take their places as contributing members in their families and in the educational settings that are to come. It is Jikoen's profound wish that the children in Lumbini Preschool will blossom and fulfill their Buddha nature to become the most beautiful, loving, caring, and appreciative human beings that they can be, that they may develop and share their gifts and blessings with all beings.
Jikoen's Dharma School provides children with a place to learn cooperation and kindness, to practice leadership skills, and to express themselves creatively. Places for learning and play range from the temple to the stage and into the real world. In all of its activities, the Dharma School's highest priority is to nurture children who live with joy and gratitude.
On the next video, we have our seniors, some of our super seniors and adults that will share their testimonials about Jikoen. Thank you.
Remember about Jikoen Koten?
Fabulous. Fabulous.
What was fabulous about it?
Communication with the people. Yeah, talk story. Anyway, it's really a fabulous gathering that you can tell your opinion, what you like and what you don't like. We can discuss.
Very good memories, very generous people. And it's always good to see people come back every year. And in fact, the first year that my sister passed away, this guy came and he said, "Oh, whatever happened to the other white-haired lady? She's not here today." I said, "Oh, my sister passed away." And people remember too, you know, who are at the choba.
Who are the heroes of Jikoen? Definitely the volunteers. Every year in the hot sun, they're setting up. At night, when it's cold and windy and sometimes even rainy, they're taking down. And, you know, they just work so hard to pull this amazing bon dance off. So I definitely think that they're the heroes.
Impressed by the preparation, you know, of the bon dance, like stringing the chochin up those poles that are very, very high. And Michael Chiroma, in the 60s, 70s, he'd go climbing up the tall poles to string the chochin. And then, of course, the Yagura, how they set it up. There's a whole teamwork of people adjusting it so that it sits right properly. And then Matsumoto's would come and put the drapes around the Yagura. And these preparations were very fascinating.
Knew about it, and I think they enjoyed coming here because they had both Okinawan and the regular Japanese bon dances. And I think no other churches have Okinawan dance. Huh? And so they used to enjoy that. And I know they, many of them like the food. and they came for the food.
It's the first thing you want to do when you get to the Jikoen Bon dance. Usually my friends and I meet up together and we go straight to the dance floor. I can dance for a couple hours a night, and it's great with the music, with the people, and with the atmosphere. And nothing can really beat that.
The first thing I do when I go to the Bon dance is you have to get the food first, because you know they're going to sell out fast.
But I guess before the Okinawan festival, this was the only place you can buy andagi, yeah? Place where you can buy them in bulk and enjoy it.
What's the most delicious thing I've eaten at the Jikoen Bon dance? I definitely think it's the andagi that they sell. What's the most delicious thing you've eaten at Jikoen Bon dance? Honestly, I think Jikoen hands down has the best food in general. Some of my favorites are like the kandaba jushi that Ukwanshin Kabudan sells. I love the shave ice. I always like to end the Bon dance with a shave ice. I think I also liked one year we did kakuni bowls and they were great. So really, anything at Jikoen is super good and super delicious.
My favorite thing about the Jikoen Bon dance is the tasty food.
And the funnest thing for me at Jikoen Bon dance is catching those little fish in those rice paper nets.
Hi! Okay, so what's the first thing that I want to do when I get to Jikoen Bon dance? 100% head straight to the preschool to get some Okinawan sweet potato pie. So good.
What is my best memory of Jikoen? Well, it has to be when the Jikoen Ohana went to Las Vegas for Jikoen's 70th anniversary. We got to hang out with people we only see on Sundays, and it was really fun getting to know all the older adults. And we went to a Obon dance up in Las Vegas, and that was great.
What's one of my best memories of Jikoen? I really enjoyed the Easter egg hunts and searching for the golden lotus every year.
What do I like best about Jikoen? It's our Jikoen members. We have an amazing Jikoen Ohana. We really create a loving atmosphere mixed with Okinawan culture and Buddhist values. The refreshments at Jikoen made by our members are great. So shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Okita and Mr. and Mrs. Yamashiro for always putting out a really great spread. I really welcome everybody to come to Jikoen, become a member, and join this amazing family.
Everybody is so easy to get along. And that's the main thing, to get along with everybody.
I know that Jikoen has a special memory that we're so proud of, a little known fact that happened during the war. When the war broke out in 1941 and Reverend Jika Yamasato was interned, he asked that the Miyasato family take over to oversee Jikoen on Hocktailing Street. And at that time, Lily Horio's father, Shohei Miyasato, had asked the military government to keep Jikoen open. And we're so proud. We'd like to share this with everyone. You know, we were the only temple that was able to remain open during that time.
So your family moved in as caretakers. You moved in 6 months before Pearl Harbor was attacked. And what happened, to recap, is that all of the Buddhist priests were taken away and sent to a Department of Justice camp. probably the one in New Mexico, and the temples were all closed. Your family was in residence, and your father, Shohei Miyasato, was actually keeping things, I guess, well, taking care of Jikoen. Now, orders were given that the temples were not to be opened and running. But you were talking about the situation that was in place was with the temple closed, people didn't have a place to go to say farewell to someone who died. And all of the other things that the temple takes care of. So what happened in that time when the reverend gets taken away?
Well, my father, I really have to credit him for being so religious in terms of having closure for these young men one day. And he felt for the families, you know, parents crying and saying they don't have anything to feel like he's okay, you know.
So families who lost someone are coming over
so my father went ahead
in despair asking.
Conducted service despite the ruling, you know, that was going on. But later on, when I talked to General Emmons, he understood. So you see, sometimes it's best to go to the highest level of authority.
When you mention General Emmons, you're talking about Lieutenant General Dallas Emmons, who was the military governor of Hawaii in charge of the military martial law.
Yeah, he was martial law head of all of Hawaii.
So actually what you're saying then is that you and your father went to go talk to Emmons about Jikoen being closed.
But
wow.
I had to be the one who's speaking English because he couldn't.
Okay,
so he spoke in Japanese, so I had to go. Yeah.
What did he talk to Emmons about?
He said that well, he was at that time studying American history, and he wanted his citizenship. So he knew about the freedom of religion. So he spoke about that and told Emmons that, oh, how come I cannot, you know, have my service? Because in America we have freedom of religion, don't we? And so then I had to repeat that in English. And I thought, wow, what is he saying, you know?
And you're 11 years old at this time.
And
you're in front of the man who is in charge of Hawaii.
Yeah, I was really surprised that I did go, you know, to think. And later I found out what his title was. But then, the higher you go, as I told you, the humbler a person is. Because when he realized that I knew the Constitution, he was really nice about it.
No other temple opened like Jikoen did.
Yeah.
You guys were the only one that had that permission. Listed as the first temple that reopened during the wartime, and it was kept open by your family, especially your father, and was performing services for soldiers, Nisei soldiers who went to war and had to and died.
Mainly for those families. They were so grief-stricken, you know. He felt so bad that they needed some closure.
But to think about, you know, your father having the courage to go to Emmons and to argue using the things he learned while he was studying to become a citizen.
I mean,
that's amazing.
You know, sometimes a little of knowledge goes a long way because he wasn't afraid.
Yeah.
You know, most people would have been afraid.
But I go back to that point. Jikoen was the only temple that reopened.
Yeah, that's right.
And it was because of what you and your father did. You know, going to talk to Emmons and making that wonderful argument, and that's pretty remarkable.
Doris, our next up is the first dance that is performed normally at all Obon, Okinawan Obon dances, is Nembutsu Odori and Kudaka Manjusu. There are two different songs. Nembutsu Odori shares our Buddhist heritage with all that are participating in the dance. And that is one of two dances that uses the red and white zei flags.
Thank you, Keith. for viewers who may not be familiar with Buddhism Foundation, upon which Jikoen Honganji and our Obon celebration sits, the following video describes the essence of Shin Buddhism.
Shin Buddhism is a spiritual path that teaches us to see our ordinary lives as extraordinary. The path is based on three truths. The first truth is the impermanence of all things in the universe. All things change. Nothing remains the same. All we have is this unrepeatable moment. The second truth is the interdependence of all things. Everything in the universe is dependent one thing upon another. Nothing exists alone. We are who we are because people, known and unknown, and causes and conditions, known and unknown, work in interconnected ways to make our precious lives possible. The third truth is our ordinary lives become extraordinary when we're awakened to all that has been given to us to bring us to this precious moment. This moment of awakening and gratitude is the central experience in Shin Buddhism. We express our profound gratitude by saying aloud the name of the Buddha, Namo Amida Butsu, or more simply, Namandab. The deep awareness and gratitude for our precious and extraordinary life is met with the sound of the words Namo Amida Butsu. This sound of gratitude flows through us in that instant that we realize how we are embraced by the people who love us, by the compassion of the universe that is beyond our comprehension, even in our moments of imperfection and sadness. In that instant, the only response that can come from our innermost being is the sound of thank you. And for Shin Buddhist, that sound of gratitude is Namo Amida Butsu. Gratitude is the heart, essence, and practice of Shin Buddhism. In the moment of gratitude, the poisons of anger, greed, and ignorance lose their power. Stress, frustration, and pain lose their power. Hate loses its power. We're moved to acts of kindness. Our minds, body, and spirit become settled and free in a sense of well-being. Shin Buddhism is a religion that teaches us to find reasons for gratitude in our daily lives and to experience it fully, for gratitude opens us to receive happiness, harmony, and freedom.
Jikoen is the only temple that ends its Bon dance with two of most wonderful experiences. The first one is a moment of silence in which all of the dancers pause in gratitude for those they dance to honor and remember.
It is a time to offer our gratitude and appreciation for the preciousness of their lives. In a few moments, we will turn off the Yagura lights. When the lights go out, turn on your cell phones. Turn on your cell phones and hold it above your head as a gesture of gratitude. For the light of your phones will become a humble symbol of the light of gratitude. We're grateful for the Buddha's love, which now embraces our loved ones and friends. We will strike the bell to begin and then to end our moment of gratitude. So get your cell phones. The lights will go off and then you will hear the bell. very much. And make sure you dance with joy on the last dance.
The second unique thing that Jikoen does is it ends with a KACHASHI, and I'm sure many of you are familiar with this dance. KACHASHI actually started as a religious ritual that was performed by the women known as Kaminchu, and as a dance to show appreciation and happiness for the year's bounties and the good luck that was brought to them. Slowly, as time went on, KACHASHI symbolized a dance of happiness, of celebration, and that's why Jikoen uses KACHASHI at the end of its one dance.
For those of you that are unfamiliar with our KACHASHI, we have a demonstration by Jane Higa and Diane Kawakami of the Lanakila Okinawa Ninchosha Club. Please stand up and enjoy the demonstration and get in there to dance the KACHASHI with us.
Okay, this is a KACHASHI where the Okinawan, when it's a celebration dance, whenever they have a wedding or a birthday and any kind of a celebration, end of the event, everybody goes home happy by dancing this KACHASHI. And I'll just make a little demonstration of how they do it. Okay, so everybody, we're gonna put our hands up, and you have to have your hands. It's not like this. It's like this, and you're gonna close the door, and you drop your hands, and you turn, you twist, and then you go this side. And when you drop, when you turn, this right hand goes up. So it's going to be like this, see, like that, and that. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is how it's going to be. So it's sort of like a jerky motion, and yet you can jerk 1, 2, 3, 4, and yet you can do really nicely, right? And then while you're doing that, while you're doing this, you stamp your feet, and you can go this way, and you can turn around. It's really a fun dance, yeah. So everybody will get so happy to do this. So I'll we'll do it outside.
And now to see how KACHASHI is performed as a group, we have the song Toshin Doi and the group of young Okinawan people dancing. KACHASHI Chibario!
Ay,
everyone for joining us this evening. I hope you enjoyed Jikoen's virtual Obon story, Our Style. And we hope to see you next year. Please take care and stay safe. Ippei nihei debiru.
とまた会う日までどう頑丈しみそう利用されご無理さんください。
And I need a translation. Translation, please.
Thank you everybody for watching and please stay safe until we meet again. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you.